What up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless with my co-host, Mr. Reese Walker. Say what up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Musicphiles. It's your boy, artist D. Walker.
This is volume 5 of Musicphiles. So let's just hop right into it. Have you checked out the AMAs? The American Music Awards?
The AMAs, the 44th American Music Awards. It was pretty crazy, right?
You thought so?
There's a lot going on. I usually don't keep up with the AMAs every year, but this was a year that they caught a lot of headlines, before and definitely after. So, I had to tune in. It was hosted by Jay Farrow and the comedian. I forgot about that dude too. We were talking about comedy the other time in our podcast. And Gigi Hadid, but yeah. So the show was crazy. Like a lot of crazy performances. Like Kendrick did a little feature with Maroon 5.
That song is garbage.
Yeah. Very garbage, trash. But I was honestly upset because I was just talking to somebody about how even though Kendrick is considered the illest lyricist, that sometimes if you listen to his lyrics, just because he his cadence is dope doesn't mean the words are always there. Sometimes he's just saying stuff to say stuff. And I was like, I guess if I listen to it does kind of sound like that sometimes.
Definitely. And he does do some terrible features sometimes.
Yeah, why did you even...
Why would you agree to this?
They didn't even give you enough time. Why did you write that? Why did they put that on there? Yeah. Now, there's been a few times when I was like, oh, Kendrick's on that. Went there for Kendrick and was like, oh... That's a song I shouldn't have heard.
There's a bunch of Bad Blood. The Moon 5 one was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I was a little confused.
Absolutely. It helps, obviously, with his name recognition, but musically, and that's not helping him at all.
Right. But there were a lot of surprises in the show, too, with, award winners and stuff.
You thought it was surprises?
I wasn't expecting Ariana Grande to
Best
win
artist. Well, here's how I look at the AMAs. The AMAs is like a popularity contest.
Yeah, true.
I don't think the people who actually vote in the AMAs actually are music heads or actually music people. I think they just are, fans of whatever's out there at the moment. So for me, all the wins were pretty predictable. I knew Drake was going to win a lot, and 21 Pilots, I knew they were going to win a lot.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't necessarily... I don't think for me, they weren't that many surprises. I think surprises in terms of musically, yeah. But, in terms of who's really popular right now, I don't think it's that many.
Yeah. It's interesting, too, though, that, Drake won, 3 or 4. But, it's their 44th annual American Music Awards. So I was like, wait, that was the first one he got that night was his first AMA.
Was it?
Yeah, he didn't, so he never got an AMA until this
surprising.
album. Views.
Very surprising.
Views gave him an AMA. Or several to take home, but first time. That's crazy. That's what I was like, what?
And I think, the performances... They were just pretty normal. I think outside of...
Most of them were. Green Day.
Green Day was a good one. Green Day's dope. They're always dope.
Yeah. That was a little... they threw Trump in there, too. With KKK. I was like, what? Oh, shit. I was like, Green Day's going in. That made me smile. Because I was like, yeah, white boys. I was like, we need y'all out here telling the truth.
I would say one of the true last rock bands nowadays.
Seriously, they're they're the rock bands that I grew up with, and none of them are left. Red Hot is still doing stuff here and there.
Yeah,
but You know, there's not too many like Blink.
Most is pretty much like radio rock now. So
yeah.
Bruno Mars is dope too.
Yeah,
he's always dope.
Yeah,
that boy.
I forgot he was a dancer like that. He went in. I was like,
he went in. He killed. Like when it comes like that funk pop music, like he kills it, bro.
Yeah, Bruno Mars is crazy. I didn't know he was gonna be that good.
He's dope, man. But when he first came out, I was like his first album. I was like, what was that one, Grenades or something? What was that? I catch a grenade for it. Yeah, that was the first one. I was like, like, nah, I wasn't really feeling that. And then he kept doing more and more shit. He's dope.
Nah, yeah, he kept going. I mean, he's been on stage with everybody too now. Like Beyonce, he's done it all.
Drake taking more shots at people.
Drake was popping up with his patois.
Oh my god,
he gets Jamaican.
He's so
sound.
corny to me, bro. Like
he's trying to ting. Drake's trying to ting over there. Like,
what he said, be careful about how you say my name, cause I got more tunes for your head top.
Yeah.
I was like, Drake talking tough at the AMAs right now. Yo, this dude is something else, G.
For real though, that was hilarious. But did you see the face he made afterwards? Like it was.
It has to be a joke.
He was serious.
He's corny. He is so goddamn corny to me.
Seriously, that was tight. That was hilarious.
Yeah, so I mean the AMAs were okay. They're not obviously the Grammys or anything, but
nah. I feel like they're like taking over for the MTV Awards. I think they're trying to like.
Yeah, they're kind of in that vein, but I think the MTV Awards have way better performances.
Usually, yeah. I mean, the production on the MTV Awards is crazy. That's what I was surprised about. Is all the performances were so
they're basic. They're like as safe and as normal as you think they'd be.
Comfortable. Yeah, it was crazy because like. Nowadays, shows like The Voice are popular, and they spend so much on just those people that no one knows their name, like except for watching The Voice. You know, some of their performances are crazy. Like if you put one of their like finals performances next to like 80% of the AMA performances, all the AMA people would look like garbage.
No, the performances are pretty basic as hell and as straightforward as you can get. But I think the best thing about the night was probably the Sting kind of tribute they did, where they let him come out and do his whole like a medley of like all his biggest hits.
That was really cool. It was like a free concert. Yeah.
Like you forget kind of how dope Sting is / was, you know.
Sting, the legend, yeah. Like, for those who don't know who Sting is, I don't know how you don't know, but I mean, you probably know who Bono is, right? Like from YouTube, but Sting is like Sting. He's just a rock legend. So
I think,
but
yeah, I mean, I think it was okay. Like it was just okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't like overwhelmed by his performance or anything, but it was like really nice to see him on stage doing that, like playing all his hits and stuff, like taking us through time.
So I finally gave Alicia Keys a full listen, like you have been trying to get me to do.
Yeah. I told you it was a little different than I was expecting, but I thought it was pretty
dope. It's dope, and she's always dope. Like I don't think I've ever had an album of hers that I just didn't like.
Yeah,
but
it's never happened.
I think Solange is still better. Her album was still better.
Word. I was thinking about that too. I was wanted to say that Alicia's album was better, but Solange. Her production
was absolutely insane on the album.
It was crazy. It was just so well done. So like, I mean, Alicia's was stripped back, so that's what was cool about that. Was like it was a little bit, but it wasn't all the way like 100 like gritty, you know. But
it had a little tinge to it, you know, a little hip hop, you know, influence for sure.
Yeah,
and she even had the little interludes and whatever. Yeah, the skits.
Yeah, the little
Nas in there. I think a couple of people. That's cool, but I think her having Master P on hers was better than that.
Because I think her only feature was A$AP Rocky, Alicia's
Yeah, I think
album. So. Yeah, which I thought was also an interesting choice. A$AP's the only feature.
I mean, they're both really good albums, but when it comes down to like if I was comparing Solange's album and hers, I would have to go with Solange.
Solange.
I will say,
shout out to Solange. Why didn't she win in the AMAs?
She's not mainstream enough.
Yeah, no.
Tell you, AMAs is just, you know, popularity contest. Don't be surprised if you see her at the Grammys though. I think she should be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There definitely seems to be a trend of artists like talking more about I don't know, like black consciousness / like embracing like, you know, the black culture a little bit more.
Definitely.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but that definitely seems to be the trend right now. It's kind of like the cool thing to do right now, you know?
Yeah, it like, I don't know why, like, I'm trying to figure out where it started, like, who were the rappers that were, like, right there at the beginning.
At the beginning?
Because, like, T.I.'s in it now, but it seemed like it was late. Like, in terms of, like, the publicity on whatever.
I mean, at the beginning, you had the people like Kendrick, for sure.
Yeah.
Section 80 was a big one. And this was before, like, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Even Cole started to touch on it more. And then you had Chance.
J. Cole. Chance, Shut Down.
But I think that once people saw that, like, you know, you can actually be successful kind of doing that, then people really started going towards that more. And then when Beyonce decided to do it, it was like, okay, yeah, it's cool. We can do this now, guys.
Right. Yeah. Okay. The Queen Bee said it was okay.
Because, you know, if she's willing to risk, you know, alienating kind of listeners in that type of way, then that means exactly. Like you can do it now. Like because she's very, I'll say strategic in her choices, and I don't think that if she thought that it was going to affect her negatively, that she would have went that route.
Right.
I don't think she would have risked it. You know.
It was very well played.
Yeah, it was very well played, and it made it. You know, and people from the outside, you know, that don't know what's going on, would definitely think that she was like a leader in that. But I think that she was more just like, it's kind of the cool trend right now, you know.
Yeah.
Than necessarily trying to be a leader in the movement. So.
Right.
But you got her, then you have her sister Solange, and then you have now Alicia, and then you had Chance's album. Yeah. So it's definitely been kind of like a trend. And then you had Kendrick, Pimp Butterfly, so like.
Yeah. So yeah, those were the guys that started it. And now everybody's doing it.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do now.
But that's, you know, keep the conversation going, you know. I'm not mad, just make it good. Oh, I forgot David Banner. Shout out to David Banner.
What'd he do?
Oh, that dude's been in the streets. He's been trying to, you know, put in that community service with, like, giving back to the communities. He's been on, have you heard of, remember that mixtape you put out before the box?
No, I never heard it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, he put something out like a year or two ago. That was like a prelude to his, like, it seems like he's gonna make this like his last or second to last album kind of thing, but it's called The God Box. And basically he had some tracks. He had a track on there called Pump Your Black Fist, Like, and it was like all these like very like racially conscious songs on there, and like one of the videos that he made for it was pretty intense. But I remember he was doing a lot of stuff in terms of like
T.I. too. I forget T.I.
lines.
T.I. did something too.
Yeah, T.I. did that whole. I mean, he just put out that mixtape.
Us or Else.
Yeah, Us or Else, which. Two of the songs I thought were throwaways, but there's still some good stuff on them. So I'd say out of the tracks, the 6 tracks, it's a majority good to listen to.
So that's kind of what the route we're going on. But so what's going on with Kanye, man?
Oh man, y'all heard about Yeezy? Y'all know what's been going on, man. Kanye. I hope you're doing all right, first of all. Second of all, this is like, what, the 4th time in like the same month that he's put on blast for ranting at one of his concerts.
He is tripping.
And then, like, so we already talked about how Kanye ranted about how he's mad at Kid Cudi. So in the new rant, he brings Kid Cudi out on stage, and they are best friends again. Mm-hmm. And he continues to say, fuck the radio for not playing, like, real music. And he's like, fuck the radio, fuck the radio. So, like, Kanye, like, goes at radio. And then he goes at radio by using DJ Khaled, Drake song for free as an example of songs that aren't that good that you hear way too often on the radio because somebody's like paying behind the door or something. Like, and that wasn't just it, but needless to say, this led up to him apparently being hospitalized or something for like
he checked himself in like for mental health issues.
The same thing as Kid Cudi. I was like, did Kid Cudi just like transfer that energy? Like, did y'all like reconcile? And then he's like, all right, your turn, bro. Like, go to the same place that I went. Just chill for a few days.
I don't know what's going on with these dudes, man. They out here tripping. He's tripping. You forgot the part where he
confused.
Where he ranted about, Jay-Z and told him, I know you got those kills. He took shots at Jay and Beyonce, and
he went hard, and that was the longest you ever heard him talk about Beyonce. Like that was worse. This was worse than Taylor Swift incident, really. The way Kanye talked about Beyonce in this rant,
and in that incident,
they will never have a relationship.
But in that incident, he was defending Beyonce, and now he's like going at her, on stage. Like he's got issues. Clearly, he's got issues. He did 3 songs and walked off stage.
But here's what I'm gonna say: I'm not mad at I would even say 50% of the stuff that he was ranting. I would honestly say half of that stuff was kind of true. Like, his example about the radio is kind of true. Yeah. It's like, it's not even like an exaggeration. It's just the way he's doing it. And then, like, I could see why he would feel a type of way about, like, what the workings of, like, Jay and Beyonce doing business and then, like, their personal friendship relationships and stuff, and, like, how he's, like, mad. But it did seem like the one he puts it out there, it seems like they were like plotting against him and Kim or something. But like, I don't think it was going that far. I think he's just like got a lot of things going on right now.
He just makes it really hard, to like him and to like defend him. He just makes himself look like such an ass. How can I talk
about your music, man? Like,
yeah, he just makes him look like just such an ass sometimes.
For real.
I love the rants as much as anybody, but sometimes it gets out of hand. I'd have been pissed if I paid for the money for the show.
If I went to a concert and was there and it started and then he stopped and talked to me for 20 minutes and then canceled the entire tour.
Yeah, I would be pissed.
I would want more than my money back for the ticket.
I would be pissed.
I would be so mad.
I would be so mad.
Yeah. Oh, I heard at the concert they were like, the fans started saying like, fuck you, Kanye, like all in unison, like So, like, 10,000 people, 7,000 people just screaming, "Fuck you, Kanye."
I'm sure. And then he was like, "I'll vote for Trump." Like, yeah, he's just going off the rails right now.
Yeah, I'm on my Donald Trump shit right now.
He's off the rails
he
right
said
now.
that. So he said, "I'm on my Donald Trump shit" when he was talking about that Beyonce stuff, I think.
Moral of the story, man, you better leave them Kardashians alone, man.
Yo, for real though.
They will ruin you.
What Chloe's done to everyone.
They will ruin you. Look what they did to Bruce, man. Like,
look what they did to Bruce. He was the one man and he couldn't last.
Better leave those Kardashians alone.
He had to become one of them. I heard that was the conspiracy theory, was that Kris Jenner mind tripped him into realizing the only way to fit in is to be a girl in this family. Cause they're all women. So you see what the brother's doing. He's still how is the girl he got pregnant kind of more famous than him, and he's a Kardashian. Black China is now, I feel like, way more important than their brother.
I feel like they're all garbage, but that's just my opinion.
I don't even... Yeah, no, they're all garbage. The worst ever. We shouldn't even know about them, really. That's how bad it is.
I don't follow any... I really don't. I try to avoid as much as I can. All of that. But speaking of Kanye, Ryan Fest, he bought his childhood home, Kanye's childhood home, and they turned it into a community arts incubator in Chicago.
Nice.
So that's one good thing that came from Kanye this week.
There we go. See? Kanye's doing all right. We all got love for Kanye. We just want him to not freak out all the time.
So what you listening to?
Oh man, what am I listening to? For the past couple days, I've been giving Rage in the Machine a chance. Rage in the Machine by Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
I was very skeptical, and that's why it took me so long. To give it a proper listening session. But I conclude that it's worth listening to. Very much worth listening to.
It's dope.
It's tight. It's very tight. It's got it's reminiscent of old hip hop, but Joe Budden's very current and aware of everything in hip hop.
Very
right
topical.
Now.
Yeah, he's very topical.
Yeah, very topical. So things that he would address, he did some personal, issues. He was talking about, him and
he's
mom.
An absolute lyricist.
Slay. I mean, you guys have heard of Slaughterhouse. Joe Budden is one of the signature Slaughterhouse artists. So,
when he went off on Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe, that was
he's a lyricist, bro. He's got bars. The guy got bars.
He was bringing you in. There were some stories. I could see what he was talking about. There were some times when I could you just knew it was real because you were yep, true.
There's more than a couple times I had to run that back.
Oh yeah.
I did a reaction to it, and my reaction to it was the same. For me, I'm conflicted. Joe is a lyricist, no question, and he's got bars.
Yeah.
But all his emo tendencies and all his little antics and just annoy the shit out of me sometimes.
Yeah,
and I don't listening to him or anything of what he really has to say outside of on his music. I don't know if you heard his podcast and stuff.
It took me so long to even listen to his project.
Yeah, but Rage in the Machine is dope. Rage in the Machine is dope.
Yeah,
it's very dope. I also did another dude I also finally gave a chance was Mac Miller in the Divine Feminine. I finally gave that one a chance.
Oh yeah, the Divine. Yeah, that was very interesting.
I came away very surprised that I actually really liked that album.
I didn't know what he was doing, and then I realized he actually cared so much about it, like, because it's about, like, you know,
love and relationships
the female
and intimacy
and, like,
and space, distance between people and shit. Yeah.
It's like his version of, like, when Pharrell did Girl. That's like Mac Miller did his thing with this project.
I've never liked Mac Miller. I've always thought he was very corny and, like, forced, you know?
There were moments when I liked Mac Miller. I liked Mac Miller back when, like, right before Wiz Khalifa got super popular. Because they're both from Pittsburgh.
I've always liked Wiz. Wiz is my dude. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Cushion OJ to this day
Cushion
still
OJ
gets play.
Oh, yeah. Flight School.
For me, Mac Miller just always came off as, like, pandering, you know, like, on his music before. Mm-hmm. Like, trying to prove that he's an actual rapper instead of just making music.
Hey, man.
But
he's on his
I think this time around he just made the music. And
how ironic is that song that he made, Donald Trump shit?
Yeah.
That Trump shit. And honestly, it was a good song. So now it's going to be some people's anthem. I know that's been playing, right? Like, for the last few weeks.
Nah. Donald Trump tried to sue him. Like, he threatened to sue him after he was like,
Donald
I just named the song. I don't really, you know. Right. I also did a reaction to Kings of Leon, you know, their last album, Walls.
Oh, Kings of Leon. Yeah, I've been
one of my favorite bands right now.
They're always dope. I haven't heard the project yet, though. So.
It's super dope. Only by the Night is, like, one of my favorite albums. I always go back to that. But this one is for sure, like, I told you how everything is pretty much like radio kind of rock now. Yeah. They kind of, well, not kind of, they definitely went towards, like, the sound of, like, their biggest, like, hits. Like,
they're riding their own wave.
Like, yeah, like arena, they're more like arena
anthems,
ready type songs, you know, like stuff perfect for, like, a festival, easy to, like, sing and stuff like that. So they definitely went that way. Yeah. Which, I don't know. It works. But obviously you want to hear, like, some more complex type of music sometimes, but it all sounds good. Like, they still sound good as fuck, so it's kind of like, well, the music's still good, so I'm going to listen to it, so.
Yeah. I was listening to, speaking of rappers, too, I was listening to Common's project, Black America again.
Yeah, speaking of projects and speaking of rappers and R&B artists doing the black consciousness thing, Common's always done that.
Oh, yeah. And he came in very direct in this project. Like, he was direct.
Yeah, what'd you think about him?
I was, I don't know. I'm conflicted. You know, I'm a little, like, ambivalent about it.
I thought it was heavy-handed.
It almost seemed forced, but then it seemed like he was so comfortable that it wasn't forced. Like, but it was like one of those albums where, like, the whole album felt like a song. There were, like, maybe 2 songs that were, like, standout songs. And then, like, let's see. There was Pyramids, I would say, is probably, like, one of the top songs. What was another one? Black America again. It's like the title song, you know, so that one has to be good. But I mean, there were some good moments, and honestly, I still like to listen to it just for that vibe. It was like a vibe. It almost took me back, but it, like, still had a little bit of new school. But I don't think it was as successful as it could have been.
I don't think it came out the way he thought it was going to be. It sounded very heavy-handed to me. Like, I understand, you know, you want to talk about these type of issues, but I feel like musically, it's got to be a little more subtle to keep people, like, engaged. Like, I personally don't like being, like, preached at or, like, you know, like, keep it subtle. Like, I like Kendrick a lot because he talks about these issues, but like almost like a roundabout way, because he tells a story, without explicitly saying like this is it, you know,
right?
Or it's this and this. Like it's just like here's a story, and then you kind of make your own thing off of it, and it like makes, and it gives you like your listeners, even people who can't necessarily relate to that, like a chance to relate to that. And I just think Commons was just way too heavy-handed.
Yeah, I feel like he could have been a little bit more creative with his interpretation of like Black America again as a project, you know, like pieced together and to like reinforce the title. Like it was a collection with the concept in mind, but I would have liked it to have a little bit more glue and less, like you said, like preachiness. Like it seemed like he just had pages that he just wanted to like get on wax, you know. He's like, I got all these pages, yo, like let's get in the studio, let me put all these pages down and like let's call it Black America again. Like,
yeah, I don't think it worked necessarily that great.
Yeah. So needless to say,
I don't think it came out.
I've been listening to Joe Budden a little bit more, but
listen to Joe. Joe's been getting a lot of play. Kings of Leon has been getting a lot of play for me. Well, now I just did my first listen of, you know, Starboy from the weekend.
I know, I need to do that. I was just thinking about that.
I just listened to Bruno Mars, you know, gave that one listen to. And you know, just some other things here and there. Nothing necessarily dominating my playlist right now. Yeah,
I haven't been listening to any other artists like straight album through, you know. Just like a few songs, a few people.
But I have reactions, you know, coming up for all of those pretty much next week. I just did reactions for Kings of Leon, Mac Miller, Lance Skywalker, Seds Dag, MIA, and Joe Budden and ASAP Mob.
Nice.
What'd you think about Lance Skywalker's project? I don't think we talked about that one.
No, we never did. Actually, kind of surprising. But I need to give it another listen before I make my like decision. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I have I've given it like 4 listens, probably like solid listens.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like he's being abstract just for the sake of being abstract, and like it's kind of just like, can you just get to the fucking music some points, you know?
Yeah. Some of it's a little too abstract for me. But that's why I was saying I need to like give it another listen, because some of it takes me out of the, like I thought I was like taken out of the the zone. Like you know how you listen to music and you don't just like think about listening to music, you're just like focused on how it's making you feel and like what the words are saying, but like the way some of those changes in like what he was doing were happening, I had to like pay attention to the fact that I had to try to listen to it, you know, like more so than just like lean back to it and be like, okay, I'll vibe, you know. It was a little harder vibe, but it's
very hard to vibe to, because you'll just get some like weird random shit, like some weird noises and his dumbass distorted voice for like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and then you'll get like a 1 minute portion of a song, and actually that 1 minute portion of the song will actually be good, you know what I'm saying?
You're like, oh, where's that part? Like, oh, they should have repeated.
And then it'll cut out again, and then it'll be like go to like some crazy reverb track for another 2 minutes, and then like it's just like yeah,
it was hard.
It's not gonna get very many listens from me.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna give it another listen, but like I said, I'm not very sure how I feel about this guy.
But TDE are one of my favorite labels out there right now, and they have a lot of dope artists.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm actually pretty worried about Ab Soul's project though.
I'm right there with you. I used to be one of the biggest Ab Soul like advocates. I'd be like, yo, Solo.
I used to love
Control System.
Long Term.
Ooh.
I was a long term fan.
Yeah. But Control System was like when I was like, yo, this dude, y'all need to know about this dude. Like I was thinking he was gonna come out. I thought he was gonna come out right after Kendrick and just be like as big as him, you know. Like I felt
as big. I
thought if he delivered the right like songs, but most often I feel like he's like preachy in a way that like doesn't tell you enough. Like it doesn't have a story. Like most like what I loved about Control System were like the ways he could kind of weave a story together in a track. But then
Control System, is that the one that was like the conspiracy one, like kind of like talking about a lot of like conspiracies and alien shit and like all this other stuff? Okay.
Yeah. With the like
see, I'm not a fan of all that. So like for me it was just like, all right, what the fuck are you talking about?
That basically is like dashed in everything that he does now.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not high enough for this shit, clearly.
Yeah, man, you gotta hit that dojo.
But
not enough gas.
He just dropped a new video for was it Braille?
It's
supposed to be his next lead single.
Yeah, Braille.
And it's very just
like his last album.
Yeah,
very like his last album.
It's like it's not, you know, it's not a horrible song, but it's not
a song that I really need to show anybody.
It's not a song I need to hear more than 2-3 times.
Yeah, I've been happy to hear so I don't even listen to it anymore. Honestly.
Just like, it's just okay. That was something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I feel like he's just trying to make playable songs.
Some people are stars, like Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy.
Amazing. Like, stop making just.
Some people are stars, man, and some people just aren't.
Right. Some people are Kobe.
I don't think he will ever be a mainstream star.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think he's got it in him musically. Schoolboy Q is not the best lyricist in the group, but he has a ton of personality and he just knows how to pick music.
Yeah. Absol's like Robert Ory of the fucking TDE. Like he's like so important, but like not very necessary most of the time. Like he drops in and then like he makes a track fire because he has weird metaphors. Like his rap style is interesting so like everybody else on the track will be easily separated by like what he does on the track. But because that's another thing I like about him.
He's different.
That, like he's unique in his own way, but at the same time, stop slacking, step it up. Step your game up, bro.
Worried. I don't think it's. I don't think it's gonna be that great.
You're supposed to be one of the big three in the TDE. It's Kendrick, Schoolboy, and you, bro. What are you doing? You starting to look like Chris Bosh over here. Absol's starting to look like Chris Bosh.
He is. I don't think he just doesn't got it, man. These days, he just does not have it.
Fucking Absol, do something dope so that we can, apologize for doubting you. But otherwise, you're just gonna prove us right that you're like just an
Well, for one, I'm pretty much always right,
I'm pretty much always right, but
So, especially when it comes to music, I've seen this play out, and it's just not there.
Yeah, hopefully he can get another run. Maybe he'll do something like 2 Chainz, like come back. Maybe he'll switch his name up.
But 2 Chainz is easy because he can make radio songs or hard songs like that.
Yeah.
He just needs a really hot beat for the most part, and he can put out a song.
Oh yeah.
Absol's beat selection is absolutely garbage.
It's not. Yeah, it's not quality enough. It's like good. I feel like it's good for a first listen, but then like it's not it doesn't take you anywhere. Like, his beats aren't memorable hard. They're kind of memorable, and then they fade away fast.
None are memorable. I like, outside of his long-term first 2 mixtapes, none of his beats I could feel like I was like, yeah, that's a dope, beat. Like, his beat selection is awful.
I mean, but he likes to, like, kind of talk in his music too, so, like, I think that influences his choices, because...
Yeah, well, he needs somebody else to influence his beats for him, because it's not working out.
The production's just, like, it's not masterful, so he needs to work with better production.
Yasiin Bey is free to leave South Africa.
Oh, yeah? Yo, I was just talking about Yasiin Bey, because somebody didn't know who that was.
For those that don't know who Yasiin Bey is, he is Mos Def.
Y'all know who Mos Def is. Mos Def, who was that? Was he an actor or a rapper? Well, he's kind of both, but he's a fucking amazing rapper
Amazing rapper. And he had probably one of the best rap names, and why he gave that up, I have no idea.
He gave that up.
Mos Def is that's like one perfect rap name.
Seriously though, I mean, Yasiin Bey, that's like kind of like this Muhammad Ali kind of shit. Like, it was some like spiritual thing.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, who? I was like, I think it was on like a Kanye, one of his little Friday single joints he was doing, and it was like featuring Yasiin Bey. I was like, yo, who the fuck is Yasiin Bey?
It's Mos Def. Mos Def. Y'all saw him on Dave Chappelle.
For those that don't know, Mos Def got caught in South Africa trying to leave the country with something called a world passport.
Yeah.
Which is not a real thing, people. And they detained him, and they threatened to throw him in jail for a while. And he was over there for a while, too.
I mean, he got banned from the U.S. for a while.
He did.
And
I don't know if he still is.
I don't know if he is or not, honestly.
I think he is, probably.
So for those of you who don't know why he was banned, he got banned because he decided to basically perform the forced feeding techniques that they use in Guantanamo Bay. So like in the Guantanamo prison, they force feed like a lot of inmates, because they like will do like fast, protest or like whatever. They're too violent to like hand things, so they like force feed them. They
force feed them with a tube and like mashed up food so they don't die, basically.
So basically, Yasiin Bey does this on video with like a crew and like a safe word, or like, I don't know if it was a safe word or whatever, but he does this and it's very graphic. Like, you see him, like he steps in like a man, like, y'all know me, I'm Mos Def, now I'm Yasiin Bey, kind of, and then it starts, and then like, the man started to fall apart, because the thing is, they like repeat this process, and like it like he was terrified in the video, like and like was crying and sobbing and like pleaded to stop, and then finally they stopped, because like he really like freaked, like like a little kid. But
I've actually never
but basically
seen the video,
that is a video, because they have to hold you down, so like two people hold you down while one person's like shoving this tube either like up your nose, it's through your nose, or no, it's in your mouth. It's in your mouth, but they hold your head back.
It's through your throat, directly to your stomach.
So the tube, they put a tube into your stomach, but they hold you down. You're fully conscious, and like you're fighting against it. And apparently the tube's like very, like, it's not a thin tube, like, don't think of it like an IV.
You gotta get food through there.
Just like some mash, so you gotta, it's like an inch or two like wide. They just shove down your shit.
So do you think he's gonna go back on his "I'm retired" statement, or what? Because he said he's retired because he was frustrated by not being able to tour or leave the country.
I don't know. I don't think he can retire. I don't know what else he would do with his time. Like, I feel like if Mos Def got bored, he would probably write some raps. Like, I don't see him being able to do it.
He can't. He can't do acting anymore.
You can't be in LA. You can't be in New York. Hey, he could probably act if they shoot the whole movie overseas.
He's not that big of an actor to get that treatment.
He's not.
Sorry,
but he could luck out on a project that happens to be somewhere. But yeah, I don't know, man. Mos Def. I was worried about that guy.
Just glad to see he's not in jail in South Africa.
Yeah, man.
So
they're still working on their race relations.
But I think that's it. I got nothing else to cover. So
yeah, there was nothing else to really talk about.
Just be on the lookout. If you haven't seen my reactions on Living Life Fearless yet, this week I had some good ones with Joe Budden, Zed's Dead, Kings of Leon, Skywalker, Mac Miller, MIA. I did MIAs and ASAP Mob. And next week I will try to get out The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, Green Day, Common, Banks, and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. If you have not already, and subscribe to our mailing list, where you can keep up to date with all our content, as well as get some exclusive deals and exclusive content to your email directly.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we didn't mention the the video roundup. So you guys make sure you go check out the latest video roundup from this past week that Dario put together. It's got some pretty interesting stuff on there.
Yep.
Tribe Called Quest is back. We didn't even mention that. Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I forgot.
Fucking dope. The song and the video. The video's okay, but it's just amazing to hear him, like Dario said. And honestly, the song's actually tight. Yo, speaking of that patois, that Jamaican talk, Q-Tip threw a little Jamaican lingo in that song on the video roundup. Yeah, what is
he did?
He said I forgot. Something like blood clot. Well, whatever. He was like, yeah, something blood clot too to your head top. But in the Jamaican accent. But anyways, check out the video roundup. Thank you for listening to the Musicphiles. This has been Volume 5. Yeah.
Volume 5. And we have new beanies that came out this past week. So if you have not grabbed one of those, they're going pretty fast. So you should do that while you still can.
Definitely. The Fearless beanies are fire.
We will be back in 2 weeks.
All right. Until then.
Thanks for listening.
Keep living life fearless.
Catch y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.